All right, family. Welcome back to another edition of Melanie Gamma News. We're gonna go ahead and get it started for today. Today is August 17th, 2021, and it's 3:54 in the morning. We get ready to head out to work. All right. So take a look at the market futures. S&P Dow, Nasdaq, Russell's 2000 is all down for the day. They're down for this morning before the head of the market opens. All right. So let's go ahead and switch over to, let's go to the FTSE 100 and the Nikkei, some overseas. We see they're running down as well. We see some of crypto, Bitcoin, the CMC crypto is down as well too. Bitcoin is getting a nice bounce back off the lows, but it seems to be running down as well too. All right. All right, look at that 10-year bond. The 10-year bond is at 1.257, All right, the VIX is at 16.98. All right, keep an eye on that 10-year bond as well. All right, we get to some other currencies. See, the GBP to the US dollar is down. And then you got the Japanese US dollar to the Japanese yen is up about 23 cents. All right. All right, so let's get into some other news. All right, that was from yahoofinance.com. All right, let's switch over to kiko.com. Take a look at the precious metals market. Look at that New York spot price, which is scheduled to see not open for another 4 hours. All right, you see gold is up, silver's up, platinum is down, palladium is down, rhodium is down. All right, but let's get into the world spot price. As you can see here a little bit, that gold is up, silver is up by a little bit. Same thing, palladium is down, platinum is down, and rhodium is down as well too. All right, look at the gold ratios to silver. All right, we've taken a little beating in silver. It takes about a good $75, 75.14 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold. All right, that was way off the lows of getting into the 67 ounces per silver to 1 ounce of gold. All right, so that was from Kiko.com. All right, let's get into some actual news. All right, we're going to stay right here at Kiko.com and look at this one title here. So anybody to tell you that gold is a barbarous relic and why central banks stepping up their gold purchases, all right? People think not just here in the U.S. You don't hear much about the Federal Reserve here, that private bank that we have here in the States. But look at some of the central banks around the world. All right, and even in this part of the region, part of the world. Look at the Brazil Central Bank. It's pushing over 62 tons of gold. All right. All right. Gold Telegraph noted that 62 tons were bought over a 3-month period. That now puts their national reserve at 130 total ounces. All right. And then you come down here, look at the article. In this article, in addition to this article, central banks have purchased 333.2 tons, an increase of 39% over the 5-year average of the first half. In the first half. All right. And about 99.99 and about 199.9 tons of during the second quarter. The largest purchases ever were recorded in Thailand and Hungary, including Brazil, with an increase of 214 tons. All right, if that don't send chills up your spine about what's really going on, when you had Ben Bernanke talking about gold as a barbarous relic, he was he was yanking, and it's just me talking here. He was yanking people's chain. Don't get it, don't get it, don't get it. So that way, him and his central bank buddies, they can go ahead and get all the gold they want. And when it's time to pull the money on the fiat currencies, those paperback currencies they put out of thin air, then they'll have all the wealth and power, and we'll have nothing. All right. So get this article from Kitco.com. Central banks are stepping up their gold purchases. All right. All right. And then we look over here. We get to the epictimes.com. All right. This is from epictimes.com. We've been recording on on this channel about what's going on in Libya. Libya is going into pretty much, let's call it what it is, a hell in a handbasket. Lebanon's economic quickly collapsing amid hyperinflation and power outages. When it comes with hyperinflation, you got higher food prices, energy prices, gas, whatever you can name it. You can't even go to the store to buy some condoms because they cost almost $50 a box. All right. All right, let's use that for an example. All right, so we see Lebanon just collapsing. They've already had issues before, and now they're having hyperinflation. That's what happens when your economy is quickly crashing and you having to jump your interest rates in your country, and just to keep up with inflation, and that causes hyperinflation. All right, get into the article a little bit. All right, the economy of Lebanon is seeing a once-in-a-lifetime collapse amid hyperinflation and outages, according to a report from the World Bank. All right, they're having power outages, they're having gas shortages, everything costs. Their dollar is pretty much null and void. You can't afford to buy even a loaf of bread there, even just a small 1 gallon, small half a pint of milk. Is costing an exorbitant amount of prices to the people who have just lost it, and they're now losing, and they're now basically taken to the streets. This is what happens when you have bad economic policies. All right, and you've committed to doing all sorts of nefarious things, and and eventually you run out of people's money, and then you're forced to spend yours. And instead of taking the blame for it, they put it all on the people, and the people just simply just lose it. When all else fails, people will lose it, and you see it now. All right, so go ahead and get this article. This is from the Epoch Time, epochtimes.com. All right, epochtimes.com. All right, so let's get into our final story here today. We go back at the usdebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org. All right, in my honest opinion, this is something going on very weird. What's going on with the debt as well too. All right, but look at the U.S. national debt, closing in on $29 trillion as well. All right, you see federal spending at $6 trillion. All right, U.S. federal budget is at $3 trillion. All right, see tax revenues can't even keep up. $3 trillion. Total states $2 trillion as well too. All right, all right, but we're gonna switch over to this area right here as well. All right, look at what it says about total U.S. U.S. total national assets, $176 trillion. And we reported on this earlier, and we waited a few months before we went back to it just to see how we're checking in and been following it as well. All right, and then look at the total. Move over here, and then look at the total unfunded liability. This is all the debt the U.S. actually owes. Remember, this was actually we were at an increase of 102% of debt to GDP. All right, now look at it now. Total U.S. national assets 176 trillion. All total funded U.S. liabilities. That's all the debt that they have incurred. Everything 154 trillion. Is the debt being paid off? All right. Are they not announcing? Are they not being allowed to announce that the debt is actually being paid off? All right. Or who are they waiting for? What is going on? We're gonna keep an eye on this interesting topic right here. This is really big if it's actually that the debt is actually being paid down. All right. So we're now looking at 176 trillion in total U.S. assets versus 154 trillion in total U.S. debt. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you once again for joining us another edition of Melling News. I want to say be safe, be sound, and remember, you're your own central bank. All right, you are your own best financier. You're your own best savings and loans. You're your own best credit union. Remember, everything starts local. Get that barter system started with your neighbors. Get your neighbors out to your whole community. Reach out to other communities. All right, be safe, be sound. Thank you once again for joining us another edition of Melling News. Let's get it started.